As we must always aim for the best code implementation, let's define a number of management controllers in our application to lay a solid foundation for our code architecture.
We're going to implement two helper controllers in our project. One to manage the data, and second one to help with networking. Let's go ahead and create two files for it. We'll name them Data Manager and Meteor Service. We'll start with the implementation of Data Manager. Here's how it may look like. Let's review what we've got in this object. First, we're declaring a static variable called shared that initializes the object itself. Then we have an initializer that we declared as private. This means that only this class can access this initializer. This technique implements a code design pattern that is called singleton. It means that in the scope of our code, we always are going to have only one instance of that specific class. We want our data manager to hold the data that we get from the network. And it's totally fine for us to have only one instance of it and have it accessible all throughout our code. Now let's move on to the next element of this class. It's a media list property where we want to store some temporary sample items. Here we're using a keyword lazy, which means that the initial value will be assigned to this property not at the time of initialization of that object, but at the time of the first request of that property. And the final element here, we've got a function that will generate us a swag item based on the media item that we provide to it. We are cheating a little bit here. As you can see, we are not really utilizing the media context to generate our swag item. But that's okay, we're using it just as a sample for the moment. Now let's move on to the media service implementation. For the moment, we are going to have two temporary static functions there. The first one will deliver us a media list from the network, and the second one will deliver details of particular media item. This is our initial placeholder functionality, and we're going to see how we need to adjust it in order to provide proper networking. This is it for helper controllers for the moment. Nice work!